everyone, this is Elle Leland, and thanks for stopping by my channel, Everything Spiritual. Today I'm going to do a spirit-guided reading on monkeypox. I'm going to use the this is the double major arcana deck. This is a Psychic Tarot, and this is the Love and Light Oracle, and I'm also going to use my spirit board. Before I get started, I want to play a short 2-minute video that gives you a little bit of history on what monkeypox is and how it is affecting the nation right now.
The White House is turning up the heat in the fight against monkeypox. It has declared a public health emergency after weeks of pressure to do more to stop the outbreak. The U.S. leads the world in infections, and demand for the monkeypox vaccine is overwhelming the supply. Jonathan Vigliotti is in Los Angeles, a major center of the outbreak. Jonathan, good morning.
And Michelle, good morning to you. Los Angeles County was one of several major cities to declare a public health emergency before the Biden administration. And now the monkeypox virus has been detected in 48 of 50 states. Healthcare providers here in California and many other hotspots across the country are racing to meet the soaring demand for the vaccine.
Vaccine clinics like this one at an LGBTQ community center in White Plains, New York, are popping up around the country.
We're here to protect our community and ensure that everyone who's at risk is getting vaccinated.
The demand for monkeypox vaccines continues to skyrocket nationwide, with cases roughly doubling by the week in some states, prompting the White House to declare a public health emergency.
We are going to do everything that we can to end this outbreak.
U.S. cases have surpassed 7,100, with 6 states reporting more than 500 confirmed cases. The vast majority of cases have been found among men who have sex with men, but health officials stress anybody can get it. At least 5 children have contracted the virus. Monkeypox is primarily transmitted through skin-to-skin contact or exposure to contaminated clothing or bedding. But it can also spread through prolonged close exposure to respiratory droplets. While it is rarely fatal, patients say monkeypox is excruciating.
It was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
San Francisco was the first major city to declare a public health emergency, and this week lines formed around the block outside Zuckerberg General Hospital for the vaccine.
The reality is that vaccine supplies in our country are limited.
And in Washington state, some residents are even driving to Canada.
They were very willing to accommodate anybody, regardless of citizenship.
More than 600,000 doses of the Jynneos vaccine have been distributed so far. Of the 1.1 million doses allocated by Health and Human Services, there's major concern this morning that's only a fraction of what's needed right now to stop the spread of monkeypox. Michelle?
Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you.
All right, let's see what Spirit has to say about monkeypox. Under the situation, you have the Queen of Cups. Under the expectation, you have the Fool. Under hidden influences, you have the 8 of Cups. Under the advice, you have Temperance. And under the outcome, there is the Strength card. The situation here, we have the Queen of Cups. This card represents women. This represents wives, sisters, mothers, and daughters. Women want to know, is this a disease that only affects males? The clarifier for the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Wands. And normally the Queen of Wands sits on her throne as she rules. Wand is a suite of action. Here you have the Queen of Wands coming down off her throne, and she is assisting in the garden. And the garden can be a symbolism of mankind or the male population. So this is women making a conscious effort to find out the seriousness of this disease, how it is contracted, and of course how it's going to affect the woman, and most importantly how it's going to affect her male, whether it's her husband, her brother, her son, or her father. So the Queen of Wands in this clarifying is clarifying that women want to know. Women are taking an active role in finding out what's going on. The Queen of Wands can indicate if men, with the help of the woman's nurturing and guiding them, if they're going to open their hearts and minds and listen to what's being said about this disease. And also the Queen of Wands this card can also indicate that women want to take action. They want men to know and understand the severity of this disease. They want men to understand the importance of sexual discretion and practicing safe sex. So that is the situation. Under the hidden influence, we have the Fool. And this is a major arcana, which means this is a significant event. And we also have the Temperance card, which is a major, and the Strength. And together they make a pyramid. So that's interesting. But under the expectations, we have the Fool. And the expectation is for men to connect with their inner self, is for men to feel the power of the universe within them. And as you connect with spirit, as you connect with the universal subconscious mind of God, you will be given guidance. You'll be given guidance, and you'll feel the spiritual transformation that you will go through, or the spiritual transformation that you will undertake as you transform from being very sexually irresponsibly, by having sex without protection, practicing casual sex without any discretion. Spirit wants you to respect your body more than to just lay with any and everything. So the expectation is for you to gain spiritual enlightenment or spiritual wisdom through this process, so that you can make better decisions, use discernment when it comes to your sexuality. Under the hidden influences, you have the Eight of Cups. And to look at this, you have a male. And this reading is referring to males, but this is a male. He looks like he's down on his luck. He looks like he's ready for a change in his life. He also looks like he has some type of an addiction. And some of the males could have a sexual addiction as to why they are having unprotected sex. So this guy looks like he's in the process of reevaluating his life. And he may be on a quest for enlightenment. This looks like someone that has partied it up, lived it up, and now they're ready to turn over a new leaf or change their life around. They're ready to walk away from whatever addictions or behaviors that led them to this point in their life. And with the Eight of Cups, this is a card of emotions. So you're being asked to leave behind unhealthy emotional and physical attachments, to include sexual addiction or the need or the desire to have promiscuous, casual, unprotected sex. What clarifying card we have for the Eight of Cups, which is the hidden influences. All right, more feminine energy, and the Queen of Wands is a very strong feminine energy. This is a fire sign. And here she's sitting from a place of authority, whereas here she's in a place of helping. She's come down off her throne to help garden, and each of those sunflowers can represent an object, a male, a woman, or a situation that the reading is pertaining to. But here you have her, she's sitting on her throne. She's in a position of authority. It's almost like she's commanding your attention. She's demanding change. And the reason you have this Queen of Wands is that there is a strong feminine energy. There's a strong feminine nurturing energy, an energy of caring, an energy of concern. And in the spread, you have one male, that's a male, and then you have feminine energy, feminine energy, feminine energy. So there's a lot of feminine energy surrounding this reading. There are a lot of women that are concerned about their partners. And by women being nurturers themselves, they feel responsible to provide their loved ones with the information regarding monkeypox and how it can be a detriment to your health. And although it is not a disease that can be fatal, it can lead to AIDS or HIV. And of course, that is something that's fatal, which AIDS is fatal, not HIV. Under the advice, we have Temperance. And this is a card off top is suggesting that you need to bring balance into your life. You need to bring balance between your sex life or your sexuality and pursuing your life's purpose. Spirit wants you to stop putting so much energy and attention into your sexual pleasures or escapades or sexual relations and focus more on your life's purpose. What were you put on this earth to do? And in order for you to tap into that energy of finding out what it is that you're supposed to do in this lifetime, or you find out your life's purpose, you can pray, meditate, do whatever you have to do to go inward and connect with your source, connect with Spirit, the Most High, and just seek guidance. Under the outcome, you have the Strength card. And this is a very powerful card. Again, you still have feminine energy here. And again, this is major arcana. So these are significant events. You have three major arcana cards and then 2 emotions or cups cards. So here, the outcome, you have the Strength card. And this is saying that you're experiencing some type of spiritual awakening right now. And this awakening has nothing to do with religion. It's more of an awakening to your personal relationship with God or Source. Spirit wants you to focus on your life's purpose more than having fun, partying, and hooking up with random people. And most importantly, not practicing safe sex. Now, as you develop your mind, body, and spirit, or as your mind, body, and spirit become in sync, it's going to increase your personal power. It's going to increase your personal willpower. It's going to increase your discipline, and again, your overall strength, which is going to allow you to bring balance into your life and not spend so much time on focusing on freaking or having unprotected sex with random people. The clarifier for the outcome card is the Death card. Now, generally, this is a card of transformation, but in this spread or this deck, the Death card means just that, an ending. So the outcome is to change the behavior, and as you're changing the behavior, it's going to be painful, it's going to be tough. But once you change the behavior, once you put an end to the promiscuity, you put an end to casual sex, you put an end to unprotected sex, you put an end to being sexually irresponsible, you're going to go through a period of transformation. You're going to let the old ways fall by the wayside, and you're going to have a new beginning. You're going to have a new way of doing things. You just need to be strong as you go through the process. The 3 cards that I have from the Love and Light Oracle deck are, the first one is walk away from illusions and towards the truth. Psalms 25:4, show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Spirit is asking you to change your ways. The second card we have, become still so that you may hear God. For the life of every living thing is in his hand, and the breath of every human being. Job 12:10. Become still so you may hear God, so that you can hear that divine guidance, that direction that you need to make better decisions in your life. And then also honor your uniqueness. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. Psalms 139:14. That is the guidance that I've received from Spirit regarding monkeypox and if it only affects men. Now I have a few questions that I'm going to ask Spirit to get further clarification. Is monkeypox Spirit's or God's way of getting our attention? So let's see. Is monkeypox Spirit's way or God's way, the Most High, of getting our mankind's attention? Now, first you have the Star card, then you have the emotional withdrawal, and then you have the heartache and loss. So, of course, the answer to me is yes. Spirit is trying to get our attention. The light card is similar to the Star card, and in this instance, God wants you to be happy and have life, and of course, have it abundantly, have it healthfully. And you can't do that if you are sick with disease and illness. And then you have emotional withdrawal. You're being asked to withdraw from the current situation that you're in because it's causing you heartache. And it also will cause you loss of good health. So the first answer is yes. Spirit is getting our attention with this monkeypox. The second question is, will monkeypox be around for a while? Will this pandemic, widespread of this disease, be around for a long time? You have the sacral chakra, sacrifice, and patience. It depends. It really depends on the behavior of the males. The sacral chakra is associated with your emotions, your creativity, and your sexuality. And you need to keep this chakra in balance so that you can keep those areas of your life in balance. In order to do so, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're sacrificing by looking at your life, looking at your behavior, looking at what needs to be released, and then letting go. And then, of course, patience. You need to practice patience. You need to practice self-control. You need to make adjustments to your behavior, and certain things you only need to do in moderation. You just need to bring balance to your life. The next question is the purpose of monkeypox meant to bring sexual promiscuity into balance? You have the 8 of air, the 6 of air, and the 3 of hearts. So the first, this is a picture of a male, of course, and he's trapped in fear. A lot of men were not aware that they could contract this disease through sexual contact or physical contact, for that matter. And they definitely did not consider the effects of having unprotected sex. All right, then we have moving on. Once men are educated about this disease and how to prevent it, they will. They're either going to have protected sex, or they're going to use more discretion. They're going to know who their sexual partners are to reduce the risk of contracting the disease. And then, of course, that's going to bring rejoicing, celebration among all of the women, the mothers, the wives, the daughters. It'll bring a celebration. So the answer to number 3, yes. The next question is monkeypox targeted at men? Are men more likely to contract monkeypox than women? That's the question. We have the 3 of Wands. This is partnerships and alliances. Then we have the 8. This would be the 8 of Pentacles, our coins. And then this disruption would be the Tower, just to give you a, you can compare the cards to the original tarot. So here, you see men and women are coming together. This is a woman's hand reaching out to a man's hand. And they're starting to come together. They're starting to listen. They're starting to take precautions. They're starting to take the necessary steps. Because men are realizing that this disease is highly contracted by male-on-male sex. Then you have the 8, which is this positive movement forward. This represents men take the focus. This represents men taking the focus off of casual, unprotected sex and focusing on their life's purpose. This is a symbol of the man going inward and thinking about his actions before he makes them. And then lastly, you have the Tower card. And this is a major disruption. Going through this process, being exposed, contracting this disease is going to cause disruption. It's going to cause people to wake up. Once someone contracts this disease and they feel the effects of it, it's going to cause them to take notice. It's going to cause a change in the behavior. Just knowing the severity of monkeypox and knowing that it can be contained, and those that are out there practicing unprotected sex, it's going to cause a disruption within them to take more precautions, to be more responsible when choosing to engage in sexual activities. So that answer is yes. And the last question is monkeypox considered a sexually transmitted disease? Now, I know that it can be contracted through touch, and as we saw, through droplets of vapor that may come out of your mouth if you cough or sneeze. But overall, is this considered a sexually transmitted disease? You have the 4, authority, or the emperor. So this is authority. This represents the government. And the answer is yes. They hope that receiving information about monkeypox, number 1. Number 2, knowing that it's becoming a pandemic across the nation, and knowing that it can be preventable, where the government is hoping that the cases will go down. The government is hoping that those that are infected by this disease will get vaccinated, and then they will do a better job at prevention in the future by practicing safe sex and just having discernment when you're choosing a sexual partner. And then the 5 represents change. Because if you don't change, you're going to suffer financial and material changes in your life. And then this looks like a hand of a male. This is male energy. The destiny is the women, feminine energy, pulling together, working with the men, trying to get them to come around and understand the severity of having unprotected sex and having sex with someone that you don't know, or casual sex. So, and again, with change sometimes comes challenges, and also sometimes with change, loss comes. But as you go through the situation, as you go through your current situation, you're going to be transformed. And the transformation is going to be for the better. Because eventually men will take notice, and it'll be sooner than later. And they'll understand the severity of this disease. They'll understand the importance of practicing safe sex. And they also understand having discernment when choosing a sexual partner. To receive more spiritual guidance, you can follow me on Instagram at Ilalyn. To book a reading, go to www.illalyneverythingspiritual.com. Have a wonderful day, and as always, namaste.